Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Pastor Ron, and welcome to Game Day Gospel, a super edition after a super Sunday. Manchester United has continued their winning ways. Of course, the Super Bowl, a really good game picked up in the second half and OT, of course. But a lot was going on yesterday. A lot happened in the world of sports. This weekend in the EPL. A lot of just it was just chalk. All the top teams won. Nothing major occurred. You see, the thing that is probably the biggest take from me, at least when it comes to this squad, when it comes to Manchester United in general, the biggest take I have come to me, because yesterday was a regular game, man. Wasn't anything crazy. Wasn't any I think we didn't play that well. If I'm honest, no one stood out as to playing well on the squad. It concerns me because right now, in my opinion, the biggest waste man on our team and a guy that needs to be dropped is Bruno. Bruno is the one guy you look at and you're like, yo, this guy needs to improve. Because he's, I don't know, it's, his quality of play sucks. He loses the ball a lot. His passes are often like a step or a half a step too late. I just don't know if he needs to be on a squad. And I think part of the problem why Bruno is so complacent is because he never gets dropped. This manager refuses to sit Bruno down. Maybe it's something as simple as fatigue, playing every single week. But this guy, Bruno, is just, I don't know, man. He's missing something. And you're talking to someone that thinks Bruno is a world-class player, man. You're looking at someone that has defended Bruno for the last year and a half. Think he's a great player. I really, really think Bruno is a world-class player. On one of the podcasts, we had there was a discussion: is Bruno better than Kevin De Bruyne? And one of the people on the Man U podcast said Bruno better than KDB, stating the fact that KDB can only play one style. KDB only excels in the Pep system. The KDB loses the ball more than anyone else in the EPL. And this person said KDB said Bruno is better than KDB. That's funny. I'm not gonna go that far and say Bruno and KDB are levels. I'm not gonna go that far, but I think Bruno, stats wise and skill wise, is one of maybe the top 3 midfielders in the EPL, maybe in the world. He's like, the number 10 role is kind of antiquated. I said this in the past, where there's no more, hey, this guy just runs the offense like a point guard kind of, where he's attacking, he just stays up and he just runs the offense and feeds the forwards. That position is no longer valid, and that's part of his problem. He needs, it's the league, the world is going more and more towards more box to box, more of a pressing, more of a active, ball distributor, and also a scorer and someone who can control the midfield. Bruno's problem: Bruno's a great passer. Bruno's a great, he's a very good passer. He loses the ball a lot, but he cannot control the midfield. Right, the way we play it, it's at the 4 in the back. We got a number 8. It's been Kobe lately, and we have a midfielder next to him that is kind of a pivot. So this person runs kind of box to box supposedly, but lately it's more so they're more on attack than defensive. So in essence, the only person that's running the midfield, that's in the midfield for us, and why we're constantly getting ran over, is because it's only Kobe in the midfield. Because we have 5 guys committed to the attack. Bruno, the midfield next to Kobe, which is sometimes like Casemiro or McTominay, and then the three forwards. I think that's where we get messed up. So Bruno is not that guy that has the ability to control the midfield. Like he I don't know, all the whining and complaining and diving and worrying about the wrong stuff is leading to him not playing good quality football. And again, it's perplexing because I think he's a world class midfielder. He's one of the top 3 or 5 midfielders in the world. But he's missing something, man. Maybe it's the pressure. Maybe it's the I don't know what it is. Because if you look at it, let's think about it. Let's think about midfielders. If you look at the pool, would he start on the pool? Is he better? I can't say would he start, because system-wise, I don't think he starts because he don't press enough, and his energy is not, his decision-making sometimes will not allow him to start in the midfield at Liverpool. So is he better than the guys at Liverpool? Yeah. Is he better than McAllister? Yeah. Is he better than Shabaliwai, whatever you call that guy? Yeah. Is he better than who else is in the midfield? I know got a lot of injuries. Is he better than what's that guy's name? Freaking guy. I'm drawing a blank. What's the guy's name that starts for them? I said McAllister. He's better than McAllister. He's better than Shabalawai. He's better than Thiago. I would say Thiago, but Thiago is they got a lot of young bulls on their team. He's better than all. He's better. He skill wise. Like if you just basically like we're on the street picking players just to play Volta, he's better than all those guys, bro. He's better than all those guys. Is he playing well? Is he playing the way he's supposed to play? Nah. Is he like I said, disciplined enough to sit here and be that guy? Nah. Because, like if you look at things like Harvey Elliott, Young Bull, these young bulls, man, but they fit that system. So for me to sit here and say, Bruno will start on Liverpool, I'll be a fool. I'll be a fool to say that, because let's keep it real. Like this is, he has his limitations, and soccer is a lot about fit and a lot about system and playing a particular system. If you look at Man City, he's not starting ahead of Foden. Foden's just a younger player, better player. He's not starting ahead of Silva. But I think he's better than Silva. I think he's better than Grealish. He's not better than KDB. He's not better than Rodri. I don't know. That's a tricky one. But I think he's. If you're saying who's better, that's not saying who's starting. Who's better? He's better than the only 3 midfielders better than him. Though it's different positions on the pitch. If you're just going straight midfield, forwards, defense. The 3 midfielders better than him is Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, and Silva. I think Silva's nice, man. Silva's a nice, tidy player, bro. Foden, if you're picking a squad, you'll probably pick Foden ahead of him, and Foden could be better, man. 8 goals, 7 assists this year, bro. It's good numbers. And he's younger, but yeah, I think I think Foden is better than Bruno. I think Foden is better than Bruno. Arsenal. This Declan Rice is playing better than him. I don't know if he's better than Odegaard. No, I don't know if he's better than Odegaard. I think they're levels. I think they're levels. And if I have to gun to my head pick someone, I'll give a slight edge to Odegaard because he controls the middle of the middle of the pitch a lot better. He makes the right runs and more time makes the right pass. The problem with Odegaard is the same issue with Saka and all those guys. They come up small in big games. Like they score, they do their stuff, and you don't even realize it. Like, do most folks realize that Saka has 10 goals this year? And out of those 10 goals, give me a memorable goal. Give me a goal where he just took on the team and he scored a goal. Give me a goal. Give me a moment where the team needed a goal and he sat there and put his foot down and found a way to get a goal. Like, a lot of their numbers are soft. So, I mean, but Odegaard, if you watch him, he's cold, man. If you put Odegaard on Man U right now, it'll be a much better team. Take out Bruno, swap number 10s. We're a much better team. We're a much better team. So, I mean, a lot of it is fit. A lot of it is just making sure that we find the right. I don't know what it is with Bruno. I don't know what it is, man. Like, he's frustrating because you look at him on international duty. Dude's nice, bro. Nice. But he's also surrounded with a lot of great players at Portugal. So maybe he's the kind of guy who just can't needs to be part of a big squad to kind of excel. Maybe the pressure is what is getting him. So yeah, so you look back, I mean, you know, that's probably what it is. That's probably the best way to explain it. You know, that is what the issue is. I'm trying to think of other midfield. James Maddison. Is James Maddison better than Bruno? Yes. 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 Yeah, man. So maybe Bruno's not that high up. Because Bruno, I'll take James Maddison for Bruno right now. I would take. You ain't got to tell me twice, my guy. I would swap James Maddison for Bruno right now. You know, yeah, man. So maybe Bruno's not that good after all. Nah, but I think talent, I think ability, he's up there. But I think he's more talented than James Maddison. Yeah, but I think he's just playing like crap. And and also a big part of it is mental. His mental is off, bro. All the whining and complaining to the reps and all that crap is also part of a weak mentality. You need a killer. We need killers, bro. We ain't got no killers. Got a bunch of prima donnas, man. Dudes with freaking fake noses and Botox, bro. We got models. We ain't got no freaking killers, bro. That's our problem. So when we get some adversity, we don't know what to do. But long story short, we did win, man. And those would be like, oh, you're wrong. Eric Ten Hag was the right guy. Blah 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 blah. Frick out of here, bro. He's not a good coach. I think a lot. Same thing happened last year, bro. If you don't realize it, then you're a fool. This is a weak league, bro. It's a weak league. You have three great teams: Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal. They're in their own league right now. They don't care about Spurs, man. Spurs are not going anywhere, bro. Villa. We beat them twice this year. You know what I'm saying? The fact that people are talking about like us in a top 4 convo, bro. Bro. The fact that we played like crap. We got 9 losses this year. 9 losses already this year, bro. Do you know how many losses? Do you know how many losses Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal have combined? 9. We have 9 by ourselves, bro. So we can't. The league is weak, man. The league right now, I'm telling you, it's Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal in their own like separate league, and it's everybody else. They may. I think the weakest out of the 3 right now is probably Liverpool. They're the weakest out of the 3, but they're also at different parts of their process. Like this is to be kind of like a rebuilding year to integrate a lot of new players. They're not supposed to do anything great because they added a lot of new players in a down year last year. But yeah, Man City, Arsenal are just in a different, and Liverpool are in a different stratosphere. The Spurs, good story, good coaching. This is the perfect example of implementing a style. This guy has a style, Ange has a style, and he sets it. Villa, a bit of again, they'll beat up on the bad teams. There's a lot of bad teams. The top 4, Liverpool, City, Arsenal, right, the Spurs. Outside of that, who's really a good team? Villa's okay. I don't think Man U is good. Newcastle's not good. West Ham is not good. Brighton has kind of disappointed. Like, who's a really good team? You have teams like a Fulham, Brentford now with Ivan Toney back that may show flashes of, they have a good game and might surprise you. Have a great week here and there, a great couple of games. But deep down inside, man, this league it sucks, man. So yeah, you fully expected that this team is gonna play better. You have this stupid ball-headed manager doing victory laps like I told you so. Injuries are the reason why. But here's the thing. All teams have injuries. So are you going to sit there and mope and cry about players you don't have every single time they go down? So the only times we can judge you is when you have a full squad? Are you stupid? Man, trash, bro. Trash. So we're not getting into top 4. 6 points may seem like nothing. We're not making up 6 points. Don't let these last few games fool you, because if you look at the game yesterday, Garnacho played like trash. Rashford played like trash. Kobe was defense was Onana probably was the best player on our team. If you ask, seriously, Onana was probably the best player on our team. If we were rating players. Højlund sat here and scored. My young bowler's balling. He's balling. Happy for him, man. He actually really wants to do well, man. And he's doing his thing, man. He may be one of the top number 9s out there, bro. Yeah, in the EPL. When you figure age and everything, and he might be right behind Højlund, bro. Haaland. He might be number 2 when it comes to number 9. Ishak from Newcastle. In terms of age and potential, and who, like, if you had to pick anyone right now to start your team, most people would start with choice Højlund. Haaland is obviously good. The other guy in the conversation is the 2 guys in the conversation is Nunez versus Jesus. I'm picking Nunez, bro. Jesus is Nketiah 2.0, bro. He's a nice little guy, a super sub. He's McTominay. He's a guy to come in, play for stretches, but he can't be the man to carry a squad like that, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'll rate Haaland, Højlund, Nunez, Ishak, all above Gabriel Jesus. Palmer's kind of, man, I'm not going to be rude. I don't think Palmer's better than Jesus. Jesus is a good super sub. He's not a good number 9. I think, man, I think Arsenal's going to try to find a number 9 in the summer. Ivan Toney is ready to get ahead of Jesus. Ivan Toney's probably the number 9, the second best number 9 in the EPL, right behind Haaland. Now that Kane's gone, it's Toney. Can't forget that, man. He's a bad man. Bad man. He came out and did his thing. Yeah, so now we play Luton next week. Probably win that game 2-1. And it is what it is, bro. Just riding out this season. Just hopefully don't get embarrassed. My worry is that we're gonna sit here and try to use these few games to justify why this coach should come back. That ninja should not come back, bro. He can't deal with players. He's not a good coach. He's a whole Rashford incident a couple weeks ago, unnecessary. He's not. And there's still no style. There's still no, the players are back. What is the style of play? What are we trying to do? You have Ange, couple months come in, you see a distinct style. Poole has a style. Arsenal has a style. City has a style. Villa has a style. Newcastle has a style. But we don't have no style. Brighton has a style. But we freaking don't. So, man. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what goes on. We'll see it from there. To American football. Yesterday at the Super Bowl, it was a really good game, man. I was surprised. I knew that the Chiefs were going to win that game when San Fran pretty much dominated the first quarter and didn't score a point. And then went into the halftime only up 10-3. When I saw that, in my mind, I knew I knew San Fran was done. It's crazy, like it's crazy to see something like, yeah. Like you watch the game and in your mind you're like, yeah, this is a wrap. I see what's happening. I see what's about to happen. Here's what's about to go on. This person's about to score. Mahomes gonna get the ball, and at the end of the game, he's gonna either win or tie the game, and so on and so forth, bro. It sucks. I know it sucks, but it's crazy to see what's going on. It's crazy to see a one player just dominate a game like that, bro. Respectfully, just to watch these guys come out and this guy to sit here and to realize that, yo, I'm the best player in the game and I'm going to win this game and there's nothing you can do about it, bro. Yo, imagine being at that place, like at whatever you do, be like, yo, okay, we're down 10-0. That's calm. All right, guys, let's start playing. Like, just to sit there and be like, yeah, all right, it's not a big deal. I'm cool, let's go. To end the game, 34-46, 333 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 66 yards running. It makes no sense, bro, how good this guy is, bro. It makes no sense, man. San Fran came out on one. They were on smoke. I don't know what Dre Greenlaw, man. Sorry about to hear about his ankle being out for a while with a torn Achilles. I'm sorry. He came out on smoke. I could swear they had some prime or some steroids or something in the morning, bro, before they game, because they came out crazy, running to the ball. But then when they sat there and they gave them their best shot, and then everything like the Hulk Hogan meme, when you sit there and you the GIF, when you sit there and punch Hulk Hogan back in the day, and he was just like, whoo, and he started looking at you, and you hit him again, then he starts wagging his finger at you. That's what happened to San Fran. And they sat there and hit him with their best shot, and then all KC did was like, whoo, and they wagged their finger. And they started shaking and gyrating in the in the ring. Like, oh crap, this is the beginning of the end. But yeah, man, Brock Purdy played well. See, Brock Purdy, he wasn't the reason. I think the biggest reason why they lost, why the 49ers lost, was because of coaching. I think in the second half, and Romo mentioned it, they stopped running the ball. They got caught up, and Kyle Shanahan just deviated from the game plan. And I think that led them to lose. I understand it wasn't working, but you got to keep them honest. Initially it was putting a little push and probably not working as much as it did towards the end, but ultimately you have to keep them honest. So you were supposed to make sure that you do that. So I think it's his fault, man. Folks mentioned the overtime. The overtime. I think the reason why he chose to receive was because he wanted to give his defense a break. Because don't forget, they were just on the field for 11 plays against Mahomes. So they were probably winded. So you kind of wanted to give him a break. So that's ended up what happened. But yeah, ultimately, the reason why these guys lost wasn't because of anything else but coaching. I think Purdy played okay. See, Purdy's not a game manager. Purdy's not an elite QB. Purdy is a system QB. If you put him on the Giants, he's not doing well. If you put him on the Jets, he's not doing well. But it's the right QB with the right coach, and he's a good system QB. So he didn't do anything. Like, first quarter, bro, them boys came out. I texted my group chat, like, yo, this game's not going to be close. Because the way San Fran is playing on both sides, defense and offense, with all that talent, when they're not missing, this game about to be a blowout. But then a McCaffrey fumble, a punt, which led them to not score as much as they should have. And that put them in a place where you're like, nah, man, fam, this game is not over. But he came out, he was like 8 or 9. It's like bing, bing, like this. It was just drawing dots, 1, 2, 3 step, bop, bop, calm. So he played well, man. He played well, but he's not a game changer. He's not an elite QB, but he's not as bad as a game manager. To me, Daniel Jones is a game manager. Tyrod Taylor is a game manager. Marcus Mariota is a game manager. But he's not an elite like Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson. He's in between, a system QB. So immediately once it got done, the question is Patrick Mahomes the GOAT? And I text the group chat and I said, I think he is, man. The only thing is, if Patrick Mahomes plays 5 more years and does not win any more Super Bowl titles, is he still a GOAT? The answer will be no. But if you say he ends his career right now, it's tricky because when it comes to these conversations, we talk about greatest of all time in any sport. It's the GOAT and the best players, 2 different conversations. The GOAT is having a level of success, meaning like wins and championships, and having the talent to back it up. Like Eli Manning is not in the GOAT conversation because Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowl titles, and I believe in both games he didn't throw for 200 yards. Right? So he has the accolades, he has the team success, but the talent and the resume does not invite him into this conversation. So a lot of it is, when you talk about GOAT, it's your resume and to be part of it. It's why Steph Curry for a long time was never in a GOAT conversation for me, because he won, was it 4 titles? Right? 1, 2, 4. He won 4 titles, but only 1 Finals MVP, which means he wasn't the best team in 3 of those series. So I can't put him in a GOAT conversation. Despite all the 3-point records and all that, he's not in that convo. right? Kobe, only one MVP. I don't, all the Mamba rules and blah, 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 blah. That's cool. But at the end of the day, one MVP. So I can't put him into that combo. So when it comes to this, this is very perplexing. I don't know. You can't, right now, Patrick Mahomes is Aaron Rodgers with the resume. Aaron Rodgers was always the most talented QB we ever saw, but only had one title and lost a lot of big games. Tom Brady wasn't as talented, but had a great resume. 7 rings. Right? So, Mahomes with 3 titles in 5 seasons. 3 titles at the age of 28. And I believe, I think his first year he sat out. Let me check. I think his first year, Patrick Mahomes did not even start in the NFL. Right? His first year, I believe he career. Yeah, I don't think he started his first year. So he played 6 years? 6 years? And in 6 years, he sat there in 2017. Yeah, 2017, his first year, he only had 284 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Year 2, 5,097 yards, 50 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. Talk about a leap. Yeah, leap. So the essence, he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, bro. 6 years. 6 years, 3 championships. 6 years, 5 Super Bowl appearances. Right? No, he lost 1 to the Bucks. So 6 years, 4 Super Bowl appearances. Man, it's hard to argue, bro. It's hard to argue, but also got to mention longevity, right? And longevity is if he took a snapshot right now, he's by far the best player in the game. He's in the GOAT conversation. We gotta see how it ends up. Because 7 rings is a lot, bro. 7 rings is a lot. I'm not saying he cannot, and I don't think he needs 7 rings. But if he sits here and plays 4 more years, 10 years, in 10 years he has 5 Super Bowls, he's a GOAT. Because he also has the numbers. He also has the talent. Because low key, in the most respectful way possible, Tom Brady was like a game manager. He wasn't that guy that stole for a bunch of yards. He just managed the game properly. He sat there and ran the ball a lot. Sometimes his defense won the game. He just played keep away, like, yo, listen, I ain't gonna mess this up. You saw how Mahomes played second half against Baltimore. He like, yo, I ain't gonna mess this up. So what I want to do is, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna sit here and make sure I don't mess this game up and give the game away. So I dump off, run the ball, punt the ball, don't do anything dumb. And a lot of that is what Tom Brady did as well. His defense sometimes won games. A couple of Super Bowls. He won 7, but 2 of them were actually, he shouldn't have won. The Seattle one, because they run the ball with Marshawn Lynch, and the Atlanta one where Kyle Shanahan and Dan Quinn choked a championship away. So he wasn't a game manager, but he wasn't. If you were doing fantasy, he wasn't a QB folks picked. He wasn't Josh Allen, or he wasn't Mahomes. He wasn't Herbert. He wasn't Burrow. If you were doing fantasy football around that time, folks, no one picked Tom Brady, bro. Because you know what? They had a balanced offense, a run heavy at times, defense won them championships. He was just a smart QB that made the play when it had to be done. He was clutch. He always made the right play. He processed the game quickly. So I wouldn't call him a game manager per se, but he was never an elite QB when he was playing. You know, he was always a guy like he didn't put up numbers. That was Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers was a guy that didn't sit here and Aaron Rodgers wasn't a guy who sat here and won games. How many times he lost to San Fran on a Saturday night in Lambeau Field, right? So like you would sit here and yes, for all that talent, only one Super Bowl. You know what I mean? But you look at Tom Brady, right? He played in New England from 01 to 2019. 01 to 2019, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In 18 years, 19 years, Tom Brady threw over from winning 30 touchdowns 7 times. One year it was out of this world. Was a year with they had Randy Moss. They lost to the Giants. Was that 1 year where he threw for 50 touchdowns? Right? He was never crazy with numbers, but he was clutch. He came big. He came out big and small, in certain big times. Right? So you sit here and say, but it's not. He's still a GOAT. He's LeBron. He's LeBron. But it's just different. It's weird because if you're picking a QB to start your team, you're picking Mahomes. But with that being said, he's number 2. He's number 2. I always thought for me the most talented QB was Aaron Rodgers I've ever seen in my life. He made throws that no one could make, but I couldn't put him in a GOAT convo because one title. Not only he has only one title, he came out small in a lot of big opportunities. And I just didn't like the guy, bro. He's a prima donna. Frick him. But Tom Brady had the ability to come up big in the Super Bowls and the playoffs and did great numbers, and he didn't make a mistake. He didn't throw a bad interception. He found ways to win, similar to Mahomes. But Mahomes has the numbers, has the arm talent. So he is Aaron Rodgers with the resume. And he needs, again, I can't say if he wins next year, he's in a GOAT conversation. I think we have to see. And he may have to do it without Andy Reid, similar to TB. TB sat there and said, I'm gonna do it without. I want a title without Belichick. So the answer to the question is Mahomes a GOAT? Maybe. He is probably the best QB I've ever seen. To me he's a better QB than Tom Brady. If I'm going strictly on talent, he's a better QB. So I guess he is the GOAT. Like, to me, he's the best QB I've ever seen. If I could pick any QB to run my franchise, any QB, like first pick, I'm picking Mahomes. Same reason why I pick LeBron. LeBron's the best player I've ever seen in my life. If I could sit here and pick anybody for my team, I'm picking LeBron. So, tell me what you guys think, man. Is he the GOAT? How do you guys feel? Am I tripping or am I tripping? Let's talk. Meet me online, TikTok. Put some comments down there. Don't forget to rate the show. That helps me a lot with the algorithm to allow this show to grow, to continue to grow. But thank you for listening, man. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all the love. God bless y'all. Peace.